One sealed event at a time. All for you guys. Well, second Lyra in as many sealed decks, so there you go. Move that camera to deck building. This isn't actually that great. This is obviously great. Double Mishra. We'll see if that somehow becomes a thing, but probably not. I don't know. Maybe we play that. I don't know. We'll see. Hi, Rocket. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. But I can't help you right now if you want anything else than the attention you just got. All right, then. On Sarah's Wings, a couple of Pegasus Coursers. I'm just glancing at white since we got the couple of Gideon's Approach. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be playing our white. It looks like. Let's make this a little easier though. We looked at the rares and mythics. Let's look at uncommons. And not a lot of power uncommons, unfortunately. Sarah's Wings is great. Quende, we'll see. I don't know if we're gonna have any first. I guess we have the Queen of First Strike in Lyra, so we'll probably be playing our Quendes and see if we can make that work. No black uncommons at all. One green one that's a land. Really interesting here. All right, now let's look at commons. Yeah, KCat, it's a tough UI challenge to try and display a full sealed pool, but we get there. We get there. Let's look at commons now. You saw that stuff. Academy Drake is good. Divination's good. Journey Mage is fine. Syncopate's fine. Maybe we're white-blue, but we also have Vicious Offering, which is great. Death Blooms are excellent. A couple of Thallid Omnivores. Windgrace is playable. Soul Salvage is good, especially when you have cards like Lyra to get back. Red is offering us fire, but very little else. So red is kind of out. And green is similarly not powerful enough to support it here. Maybe there's enough red. I think it's going to be white-blue or white-red or perhaps white-black. We're definitely doing white, though, so let's reset and at least get our white cards in that we're going to play. Maybe an Adamant Will. Probably not. Maybe a Sergeant-at-Arms. I hope not. Teshar. Mana costs 3 or less from graveyard to battlefield on that specific trigger. We have 1, 2, 3 triggering it. It's not a lot to trigger it. I'll put it in, but it's a very underwhelming card, really. So then, where does that leave us? Curve-wise, so that's what that curve looks like. Now let's take a look at what various combos produce. What's our gold look like? We only have the Rona. Oh, we didn't. I also want to look at this. We have the Self-Replicator. Historic spells, less expensive. See, if we did this and this and this, how many are we talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe play a glider for a quasi-8th on this. Tome could be playable in a longer game. Just go mono white. Oh, is the wing? Oh, I didn't count the wings. Okay, that's historic. Right, it's legendary. I forgot. So that's a little better on that front. Yeah, maybe we do run that kind of plan. Look at this. Just go mono white historic. They're not in for sure, Banana Jack. We're just taking a look. Seeing what could actually happen. Yeah, we can just do this. Boom, look, it's a deck. That's funny. Yeah, we'll screenshot it. Maybe try it in one of our games for science, even if we decide another build is better. Let's assume this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 historic spells. Yeah, but then what are we putting in? We don't have... We can put it in a wall? Like that. So... let's do that. I'll update this. I don't think this is where we're landing, but it's an amusing thing to look at. Oh, I don't want to be done. Okay, so if we decided we weren't doing the replicator thing, weren't doing the historic thing, probably not running those, probably still running the tome, not the servant, and like cutting at least that and like that. No, actually, I think a reliable resource for checking the value of your old vintage cards is either to like use one of the big premier sites like Card Kingdom or Channel Fireball or Star City Games or TCG Player. If you go TCG Player, here, actually, let me do this. We'll go back to suggest. Then it should start suggesting again. Yeah, but TCG Player buy lists show you exactly what... because the real price of a Magic card is what someone will give you for it in cash right now, today, not what someone in retail is asking for it. So really looking at buy lists are the way to understand your real value, and TCG Player is a great place to explore that. So back to this. If we did the black version, we're looking at like this and this and this and this. And maybe we just plug in a random flyer in that one. We did that. Maybe we could do just a Feral Abomination, actually. Something like that. Yeah. Condition is insanely important. Oni is totally correct. I don't like the Menace guy. I don't think he's doing a very good job in this format. Like, doesn't have a good job in the format. But I'm going to capture this as another option. Just kind of build these out and look at them. Sealed is tough that way. Really, no, I can't. I don't ever play Drudge. It's just not ever. We got 2 Deathbloom Thalids. We're doing plenty of blocking on 3 here. Yeah, I don't think it's... yeah, like, this is barely playable, and I think this is barely unplayable. You know, if you just don't have anything, you can do worse, but I also want to take a look at other color support for besides black, so let's look at blue now. There's an Opt, there's a Divination, a Drake, Journey Mage, Weight of Memory is good here, Syncopate is good here. Coming up a little short on playables in this world, we can make a Relic Runner that's going to get a decent amount of unblockability. And then anything we care about bouncing. No ETB effects on any of our legends, so that's probably not a great play. And this looks like, it feels like a little weaker to me than the black or even the mono white. Maybe this is it. Yeah, we're just not removing enough here. I think if we're going to add a second color, it needs to be for its removal. So if we add red, then we can look at Shivan Fire, Chronicler, a combat trick, removal. This kind of, this is playable because of how people panic, and also it allows us to play Inferno. Because then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plays to Inferno, which I think makes it playable and actually good. This would be a 12 creature deck. We'd have to play something like a Phoenix. We're not advancing any sagas here. This is close. We'd have to do something like that, maybe? And cut a glider. Replicators in here. If we did that, we'd be taking out the Phoenix. And probably like an Adamant Will. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 historic spells for replication, which is basically 12 other ones for each of these. This is 41. We could drop down to a 16 here and peek at these. Or, let's see what we got here. This is more 16. We could also like cut a glider. It cuts one of the replicator triggers. Yeah, I think the power of the Inferno makes me want to play this one. And I actually kind of glossed over that we had a Wizard's Lightning. I thought we just had Inferno and Shivan's Fire, but this is a reasonable suite of removal here. Maybe you can take out the Run Amok. And yeah, I think if we play a combat trick, I'd rather have Adamant Will. Go down one mountain, I like that too. But I want to be at 17 here. I don't want to go to 16. What do you think of this? It drops all those combat tricks, but we have Fire, Double Reproach, Inferno, Wizard's Lightning, so... Dust situation. Yeah, Warlord's Fury is not a bad filler card for what's going on here. That's true. This doesn't give first strike, does it? No. Is anything else? No. So just the Fury. It's legit good with the double Quende, but I don't know if it bumps anything out of this deck. I'm going to go with this for now. And I'm going to stick at 17. Oh, let's give it a name, though. This is... because I like casting my spells. Because we have 3 5-drops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-drops, and our 5-drops have an activated ability. And we have an X spell. The blue was okay. Just I like having this. The removal suite seems good. But funny. Red, white, and sealed. I never play white in Dominaria, and yet back to back. No, nothing to put on Valduke, but we don't really need anything. Valduke affects our replicators, and the trigger allows us to cast our Inferno, and is somewhat of a lightning rod. Players tend to use premium removal on it. Oh, Sarah's Wings could go on it, sure, but like my point is that it doesn't even matter. Like that's not why he's in there. If it happens, it happens. Now with the Bodyguard, we have an activated ability on board all the time, so... On the one hand, our tells are hidden. On the other hand, we have a lot of clicking to do this game. Trapper into Familiar and Glider gives us some tap triggers. So if Oppo can't put a lot on board right now, we have a pretty good spot. And of course, we'll happily offer Bodyguard for Drake, and Oppo will not accept. But then we get Trapper into a bunch of historic spells that should keep Oppo's defenses tapped down. Unless they kill the Trapper here. A little fire spell on that Trapper would change our plans. Mm-hmm. We don't have a wizard to make it 1 mana. But I think we should just be... We're going to let them untap with Joyra, and maybe they get a card out of it. But we get to tap her down and get in for a big swing here. And our Inferno is going to get cheaper. I mean, we have to find a legend in order to cast the Inferno, but we're closing in on even better Infernos with the historic spell discount. And we can Wizard's Lightning Joyra here if we need to. Okay. Glad for them to use a quality spell like that. Quende is all well and good, but I'm going to just take out Joyra and attack. And then we get Glider as well. Actually, I'll do Joyra, cast Glider, and then offer the trades. That lowers the value of our Inferno, but that's cool. I don't care. We're just trying to beat down. And we'll keep doing it. Offer, offer, offer. Gonna go with Quende so that we have Inferno possible next turn. If we can untap with Quende, we should just win. We get to Inferno their face, their Journey Mage, and whatever else they play for 4 each. Yeah, this is over. They have 2 red, but it also, you know, oh, they have blue too. I think this is over. Syncopate would change things, but I'm not going to play around it. We're just going to go for it. See if we get there. Not really a fair card when you can cast it. Oh, I haven't updated stuff here. We are back to 1-0 status. And we are on paid. And DOM Sealed. Do I think Sealed should be best of 3? Yeah, especially for how much they're charging, but you get roughly the same amount of games out of a best of 3 versus a best of 1, so in terms of the amount of games I get, I don't mind too much, but Sealed is just better as a best of 3. I think Sealed is a really interesting skill testing best of 3 format, although given that you can't save multiple versions of your own sealed decks, it's not quite as useful. Even I'd like to see them add in that feature, and then I'll be more excited for best of 3. Yeah, saying for the cost it should, but then again, for the cost, if they did it best of 3, you're still getting roughly the same amount of games. We're gonna go ahead and, oops, flame it. Not playing the Chronicler into a non-desperate situation. Well, we got the Uber combo. We just need to find the land for it and have it live. Land! What a beautiful sight. Do you think the later the kicker spells will be smart about your mana? Are you saying will auto tap be better? Is that what you mean? Or I'm not sure. Well, we could send in our Quende, and then when they trade with their Quende, play our new Quende. No luck, but we will use our Reproach, hopefully, on their Quende. Probably not. It does, like... I don't think that particular issue is quite as pressing, you know? Like, it's okay. It's probably on the list, but I think there's just a lot more things that are probably above it. All right, that puts us as pretty darn stable. Oppo is top decking now, and I was hoping for the land for Lyra, but we'll take this, and then this will allow us to cast that next turn. And if I attack here, we take 2 and they gain 2. But they take 4, go to 16. I think we're fine. I'm going to attack. They need to top deck for this not to be a good attack. I'm going to cast Lyra pre in case they have something to kill the familiar. And just kind of counting on their 2 top decks not being enough to stop Lyra. And they used removal on Quende, which is obviously great for us. In fact, we might just get a scoop off of this. Seems good. But they're not dead. Now they're dead. Right back in. No worries, we only need 6 wins to break even in this 7-win max event. Which wouldn't feel badly if it were less expensive to play. It's just, you know, it's 6 wins to break even in ranked best of 1 draft as well. It's just that it costs less than half as much. Not a brilliant hand, but we're going to try to make this work. A little too many planes. Give me this. Give me any non-planes card in my deck over that planes, and I'd be pretty happy. Finding a 2 would also be great. No 2s for us, but we'll show them our second color. Should be a little more threatening with what mana is available. We have Trapper into Quende, into Glider. Lance is great with the old Sapperling deck. Turning 1/1s into 3/1 first strikes is legit big game against us here. We need Quende to survive. thank you, Double D's. Appreciate the reminder. Absolutely. I don't think we have anything to take out that, so we're just kind of have to fight this Lance the rest of the game, and that's really intimidating to see. How much trouble are we in? Actually, that's not the worst result there. I'm pretty happy with that. PM Barrett, welcome back for your 3-month resub. We'll do this. Do what we can to race. Not offering that trade, or not taking that offer, especially with their open mana. But we get Glider, we have Reproach, so we can do an effective race here, although we can't Reproach next turn effectively because they're going to Song. Ooh. That is nasty. That's the worst thing for us to see. We're probably dead. Actually, Courser helps. Courser says maybe we can get the damage in. And they have to put a ton in front of Quende. And we're not blocking anything. We're just going to swing in here, actually. Only that much. Interesting. So they're going to have 8, 12, 13 attacking damage, but we have a Courser we can put in front. So we do survive, just barely, if they do nothing else. But then we have a good swing back, too. So let's see how this plays out. Again, though, unfortunately, Gideon's Reproach does nothing for us this turn. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we block 1 and we go to 1, as it currently sits. But then they're dead on the crackback. So let's see what they got. All of their stuff is indestructible this turn. So we're going to do this and cross our fingers. Yeah, can't crack back because of the Vidge. That's a good point. We have an air crackback, though, with Courser and Quende. If we can find removal for Belzenlock, we could win. Oh, we come just short of winning, actually, on the Belzenlock. Oh, we can tap it, though. Let's see. Yeah, it's too bad. We're very close. We almost got there. Yeah, but we don't get there, though, is the trouble. And 4, 5, 6 creatures to attack around ours. We can't block with the glider. And we have the reproach. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just dead here. But I'm going to attack out in case of a misclick on blocks. It's our only chance of winning. They figured out to block, and we lose. 1 away. That was tight. That was close. Yeah, if Bells had just found another card, you know? So close. Another... God, we've just gotten a turn 1 Dauntless every game, but I don't know if we keep this. I guess with the Reproach, it's just the 4 planes. Like, what are we doing here? Sealed is pretty bad value in terms of its cost. We can take a look at the spreadsheet at the end, or you can go look yourself. If you want to go explore the EV of the various events, you can do so in the tabs available on that spreadsheet. Maybe we just need to keep this. They've already mulliganed. I'm going to keep. They've mulliganed once. We have early plays. This is a long way off, but is super powerful. That helps. No, it doesn't. So if you want to value packs, you need to take that into account. I'm considering reaching out to a friend of mine who's a true Excel wizard and maybe do some really cool stuff with the spreadsheet and get it into a spot where you can enter in how much you value booster packs in terms of gold, and you know, basically set it up so that everybody can plug in whatever they plug in their data and come out with info on the other side. Okay, well, good news. We can cast our Inferno with a legend, but bad news, we're flooding out badly. And we can't attack in unless we're willing to reproach a dumb disciple. And I'm not willing to do that yet. I'm actually probably not the best person to ask on filling out your collection, since I don't care about it to that degree. I fill out the collection by playing limited and letting what comes my way come my way. I know Frank Karsten wrote an article for Channel Fireball in which he found, I believe, I don't want to misquote his findings, but he applied a gold value to booster packs. And with the gold value that he applied to booster packs, he found that sealed was a good way to build your collection if you value booster packs. But I don't want to quote numbers I haven't studied myself. There's a much better target for our reproach. And there's a lightning that could also just take it out. And we could attack. Let's do that. And yeah, you don't need much of a win rate in Constructed to pretty successfully convert gold into cards through Constructed events. But since I play so little Constructed, I just feel a little less comfortable giving you the best guidance on that front. Win rate is not something you can just look up in the system. It's something you have to know about yourself or be able to estimate about yourself. You can start tracking your results like I do. I think there is actually... there is a way to look up your overall win rate in the system that somebody had found, but I'm not sure how useful that will actually be to you is the thing. Yeah, the output log, but I don't know what the win rate is. Is it just literally every game you've ever played? Again, I'm not really interested in using the reproach, so I'm going to hang back on D. I have a MTGA tracker that also shows win-losses. See, like, I'll show you... here, we'll go to... Hey, thanks for the sub there. Appreciate that. Oh, we're floody. I'm going to show you left screen for a second just to show you what I'm using. Also, one of our viewers has a tool that you can find in Discord, but this is the MTGA tracker that shows... see, this doesn't seem right either. Like, I don't know where they get these numbers from. Like, unless session is like, I haven't closed the app. I guess I've just logged out and logged back in a bunch, so maybe that is true. But I don't know what this total is actually measuring. But there's one way at least. Still gonna hold the reproach. Still just feel like I'm going to be happier if we have this reproach for a better threat than a disciple. Well, unfortunately, we cannot reproach our friend Lyra. But if we can find a legendary of our own, we can burn her out of the air along with those disciples. So hopefully we find a legendary creature to play. And then we'll be in great shape, actually. And maybe I should have reproached one of those there. Yeah, I probably should have. I was being stubborn about my reproaches. Unfortunately, with First Strike, we can't even send in for reproach tricks or anything. No attacks. All right, we are seriously up against it. You think that they would have fallen for that? I don't think we would have gotten any damage through. I wasn't willing to risk it. Okay. Got a little bit of a reward for saving our reproach anyway. But we seriously need a legendary or something to take out Lyra right now. And in fact, it's too late even if we get it right now. Yeah, it's even too late if we get it right now. A legend actually would have let us survive by killing Sarah Disciple, but then we're just dead, so... Yeah. Lyra, turns out, is good in Oppo's deck as well. No, Inferno is a legendary sorcery. It can only be cast if you control a Planeswalker or a legendary creature. We are nothing but all plains openers around here. We're going to keep it. One mountain and we're looking great. I'd like it right now. I'm not playing my Banalish Honor Guard because I want to try and reproach this Thallid. No legendary instant, no. Come on, planes. Maybe I need to switch the balance back down. There's some red, finally. Hopefully they play something we Wizards Lightning and then find another red and just get the lightning back. I could fire it, but fire actually gets bigger stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and use the lightning here. Sure. Thank you, Oni. $20 more attacks and we got this one. I'll wait before we bother firing it. Let's see what we get here. So we can get Honor Guard back if we find an historic spell. Or not. It's alright, better her than Lyra. But we'll go ahead and, well, I'm gonna wait. We'll take 3 here. We're not anywhere near dead or anything, and I'm hoping to find a creature-based answer to the Thallid, you know, something that can just block it. That, on the other hand, may have to get the combo of Shivan Fire and Wizard's Lightning, or are we dead? Are we blocking? No, not blocking, so I'll attack. Lyra for the save, right off the top. No, but at least we can start trying to race. Help, 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 top of library. We have Urza's Tome for card draw. Come on! Oh. lots of good draws here. Gideon's Reproach would help. But really just Lyra. Come on. We're going to draw Lyra. We have... Yeah, okay. It's a little bit frisky of me to attack there, and now we just lose if we if they kill the bodyguard. So I should have left the Chronicler back. That was loose. Kind of just doing a little bit of waiting to die here, and played a little loose as a result. Not punished this time, but maybe we're dead anyway. Looks like they're going to pump the Acolyte, and we die. This deck is way better than than 2-3. Way better than 2-3 or 2-3, but sometimes that's how Magic treats you, and what do you know? It's like noon. So at the very least, we brought the stream into a finish line at a nice tight noon. But that's this is why I hate Sealed. I do it for you all, but I do not recommend it. Why do I hate Sealed? We just spent 1,400 gems to go 2 and 3. And that ain't worth it. I don't care that we got a few extra boosters out of it. That is not worth it.